I'll spit this piece to keep me radical.
Cause otherwise, I might forget.
Cause when you've been living up in New York City for a little while, you get into that hanging out.
Doing you.
First world mindset. And so I spit. I spit to kick my ass back to the broken down shack in the slums outside of Quito where Marcelo died from doing crack.
I spit to slap me with the fact that every time I pay a tax, I help this government murder innocent people in Iraq. And there is nothing liberal or conservative about that.
So take me back
to
West African villages where poverty pillages my boys like Al Mustafa,
who I know are still living in utter desperation.
Because these are the people and places that should shape my political view.
Not Fox or CNN,
the New York Post or Daily News. I use reality to keep my politics in order.
And if I feel a little moderate,
I spit this trip down to the border, where over 1,500 of our people have made their graves in the last 3 years. I keep it radical for each of them and all our families' tears. And if it appears that to be radical is too intense for me to fit in,
well, that is all the more reason for me to stand here
spitting the peace that keeps me radical. Because it's the same peace being demanded by the prisoners of Guantanamo.
It's the same peace Native Americans deserved when they fought alongside Geronimo.
This is the piece of skin torn from a mother's limb when Lebanon got bombed.
And the piece of porcelain that reminds her children of her now that she is gone.
This is the piece of Muslim prayer calls.
And the piece of Christian songs.
It's the piece that keeps me sewn into the fabric of every sweatshop.
It's the last piece of bread before the famine stole the whole crop.
This is the little piece of genius that my boys keep hidden under hoods.
And this piece is to remind me it ain't easy to be good.
And I should be proactive like families hustling in the hood.
And always keep it moving, cause doing nothing is not peace.
Forget slamming for a score. This is my only way to breathe. Cause art is more than my release when my commander-in-chief is a slanderous thief. And I'm standing there deep in the blood of my peeps, and I can't keep my head above water much longer. I spit to the dead and I said in their honor, forgive me and give me the peace to be stronger. And this is what they left.
They left this breath in my lungs to be sung.
When people being murdered and poets are silenced by the state,
I spit this piece to conquer hate.
In streets and then in courtrooms.
I will yell it in my cell until they throw me in the hole.
And covered by the darkness, I will hold this piece of light
that I've seen in children's eyes that reminds me why we fight.
And from right here, I spit the depth of it.
My tears cried beside the desolate.
Cause there ain't no amount of hours
and no governmental powers
that can sicken me with mediocrity
or turn me to a coward.
Because radical means rebuilding all the peace that they devoured. And just in case you didn't hear us,
let us spit it louder.
I want peace from the Bronx to Baghdad to Sierra Leone. Peace for every man, woman, and child without a home. I want peace in Bolivia, Mexico, and Ecuador. Peace built on policies to stop keeping my people poor. I want peace on my block between us and the police. I want peace between America and the entire Middle East. I want peace so bad, but I need to want it more. I need to want it more than these weapons companies want war. And if you look, you're gonna see that in my eyes.
They are bloodshot red, because real men are not afraid to cry.
And I am not afraid to say that I believe peace is possible.
But that is radical, my people.
And radical means to the root.
And if we got the courage to admit it,
the root of peace is me and you. Remember, life should not be easy for any.
While life is this hard for this many.
So if I ever lose my radical point of view, spit this piece to wake me up. And I promise I'll come back to you.